Good morning and a very warm welcome from Sheffield as we have reached the final day of the Women's Playoff Weekend. I'm Adam Mattman and joining me for this game is Aisling Rafter. Aisling, how's it going?
Morning Adam, doing good, how are you?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, we
Very
are
excited for this game.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of noise in here from the Chelmsford and the Whitley fans, and that is who we have for this under-16 final. So Chelmsford Rattlesnakes, 7 winners for the last 2 years, and they are the reigning champions. So looking at their team, number 2 Lilith Wright is their starting goalie. Number 8 Christina Powell is an England under-15 international defender. Whilst looking at the forwards, we've got Izzy Zizhinska, who's the captain. She's a top scorer, 25 points. Freya Price shortly behind her on 24. Cara Jones on 21. And then Tilly Howe. They're kind of the big 4 scorers for the team.
That's 4 strong leaders, Adam, in points. You know, that's going to keep your team in the game, especially in a final.
That'll absolutely, yeah. And then for Whitley Bay Beacons, we have Evie Tyndale, who is the top scorer. She's now on 40 points for a season after she scored yesterday, followed by Rebecca Goldring and Emily Duffy. Both are from Scotland. Heidi Dunn is the captain on defence, whilst Brooke Royce and Isabella Johnson, Claire Wilson, Poppy Skelton all have
love Claire
senior
Wilson. She's
experience.
a lovely girl.
She is. She's from Canada, from Vancouver originally, plays for the Beacons Division 2 side. But we're ready for puck drop then. Very quickly underway, and it's Beacons who come out with it.
And on the atmosphere in here, Adam, I feel like this is the best atmosphere I've just felt all weekend as the game started.
Yeah, they always are cracking games, the 16s games, and like Chelmsford, Whitley have been champions in the North for the last 2 years, and both sides, this is their 3rd straight playoff appearance, but they've never met until now. The best team in the North and the best team in the South over the last couple of years finally get to meet.
This is a huge game then, Adam, for both sides.
It is, it really is, as that is picked off at centre red by Evie Tyndale, who we mentioned before leads the team in scoring for the Beacons, but plays elite for the Whitley Bay side, but also plays in Division 1 for the Kingston Diamonds. A lot of experience, even though she's only made her senior debut in January.
But the quality of this game already, Adam, it's very high, you know, and that's a testament to the development programmes that are going on in both of these places, Chelmsford and Whitley. Yeah,
it really is, and as you say, Chelmsford have got a fantastic junior development programme. So many of these girls are on 2 ways with the Guildford Lightning and the elite. So there we go, and Freya Price carries in. Gets a shot off early, comes back off the board. Tilly Howe will chase that one down into a corner, but Rebecca Goldring gets there first. She's one of the younger players on the team, but the second top scorer. She's from the Aberdeen area, so that's a huge commitment for her to travel down from there to Whitley Bay just for home games. And then that will be chased down by the Rattlesnakes in the corner. And then carried forward over on that far side by Tilly Howe. Over on this near side, Mia Bradshaw, who wears the number 30. She can play D or forward. She has been playing D over this weekend and has been latterly of the season been playing there as well, as the official just trying to get her feet out the way there, but it's still with the Rattlesnakes. Gets the shot off early. It's a good save by Sophie Ankers in the Beacons goal, gives up the rebound, but her defence were there to help carry it away. And now Olivia Baff, who scored a hat-trick yesterday, she transferred to Whitley from Sheffield mid-season, so she is a local girl. Oh, it comes back. Oh, just whiffed on there by Freya Appleton. Comes back to Heidi Dunn. Tipped over onto this near side. Isabel Johnson, number 68. I don't think we actually mentioned her on the pre-game introductions, but she plays for Caledonian Div 1, so a teammate of yours, Aisling, and also plays for Beacons in Division 2.
Lovely girl. We've been working on our one-timer slap shots, so I'm hoping to see her bring them out tonight.
It'll be good to see one of them as that shot ripples the net. It will come back to Appleton, who tries to make the play from Gretzky's office. Olivia Baff. It's going to be a penalty then, as Olivia gets caught in possession. She's going to have the penalty drawn against her for interference. But, I mean, that looked a bit of a 50-50 puck battle to me, but Olivia getting the call against her.
Really tenacious battle in there, and yeah, it's good to see the girls not backing down from a fight, Adam, especially at this young age. You know, you can be intimidated, especially in a final game with the audience, but they're not backing down from a challenge, and that's great to see.
It is, it's a final as well, so you expect everything put into this, don't you?
Oh, you're putting everything into it. Your whole teammates are relying on you, and you want to be a game changer. You want to make history, I think, especially at this young age.
You do, yeah. Cara Jones will carry. So an early power play opportunity then for the reigning champions. Jasinska will go into a corner. That's good defending by Whitley. And Mia Bradshaw, who positioned her body to get inside there to shield the puck from Jasinska, who obviously makes his team tick. She is the most experienced member of this Rattlesnake side. She's a regular on the Guildford Lightning side and has been for a couple of years now, as Cara Jones carries in. Christina Powell collects, sends it over to the opposite side. Shot coming in, shot through traffic. Oh, that one popped up and just looped past the post. Still with the Rattlesnakes, and they are setting up nicely here, Aisling, aren't they?
Rattlesnakes are looking very comfortable in Whitley's zone here.
They are. That's a good save by Anchors. She'll be pleased to get that one covered up. We'll get the face-off inside the zone, but allows both teams to then change their units. So we'll have a face-off then to the right of Sophie's goal as she is looking at it. Sophie, who was an out-skater before switching to play goal last season. Violet Lennon started in net, but then had to play for D-side because she can play for both teams. And Sophie's took over and done a really good job since then as she makes that stop. Rebound put wide. Back to a point. It's Chelmsford building here. Powell forced back though by a good forecheck from Rebecca Goldring. Just about kept inside by Freya Price. Lovely drag back to get inside. Can she get the shot off? She will, but it's fired high and wide over on that far side. It's just about kept in. And I think it was Zinnia Quilter, number 74. Be carried back in by Price, but a nice poke check by Isabel Johnson. Christina Powell sends it across the blue line. Still a little bit of time left on this Rattlesnakes power play. Johnson will carry out. So strong on the puck, isn't she, as she carries out?
Yeah, she's great at carrying the puck out, and has really surpassed everybody's expectations, especially at Div 1 level. She's really filled in to kind of big shoes, being beside the likes of Jessie Malloy, Michelle Davidson, and just makes it look effortless, which is credit to her. And
what a D partner to have in Jess Malloy.
Oh yeah, and if you've got her as your D partner, you're doing well.
You really are.
Yeah.
So Izzy Jasinska's open. She'll be found on this near side and then goes rink wide with a pass over onto the far side, just in front of a Beacons bench. That is dumped in, but it'll be chased down by Cara Jones. Holly Smith goes with her and regained by Claire Wilson, the Vancouver-born forward, whose family moved over to the northeast of England about 18 months ago now. And
is that right?
Yeah, only recently. So
wow.
Very beneficial to Whitley, but such a popular member of the team, brings a lot of energy, does Claire. And the line that she normally plays on with Emily Duffy and Brooke Royce is also the same line that they play in Division 2. So that must really help in terms of developing chemistry, mustn't it?
Yeah, I think having that consistency across lines, especially you're not learning these new simple things on playoff semi-finals and finals, to just be with your line mates that you've known for the whole season is invaluable.
Definitely, yeah. Comes back to Isabel Johnson, has to readjust and then fired in. But Beacons, having killed off that penalty, now enjoying a bit of time in the offensive zone. Evie Tyndale will gather, works back to Isabel Johnson. Back to Tyndale on this right wing side, really hugging the boards and then trying to set up Rebecca Goldring in the low slot. That's well defended there by Ava Adamson, the defender for Rattlesnakes. Where's number 71? Tyndale working it back, so they will leave the zone, but it keeps possession for Whitley, and Evie with a chance to really charge at them, gets in behind, draws a couple of slashes there, but won't put her off, and she gets a shot off, and that will get another offensive zone face-off. We've got a replay coming up here, Ash. But such good work right here by Evie, who got back and collected that loose puck in the neutral zone.
Yeah, it kind of all started there, Adam, around the neutral zone. She starts really building up her momentum with her crossovers, and then you can just see she's not even skating that much. She's just letting her momentum take her right to the net. And yeah, just unfortunate that it didn't find the back of the net, but that looks like a strong goaltender there.
She really is. Lilith Wright is, again, another one of the England under-15 internationals, and has already won an All-Star award this weekend, playing in goal for Streatham in the Division 2 final. So somebody with a lot of senior experience already, and plays for the Pythons in Division 2, I believe, for Chelmsford.
I see, yeah. That's kind of experience is invaluable again in a playoff final, in the age level like below what you've been playing at.
Yeah.
You see the likes of Gemma Davies as well, who plays WNIHL 1 men's, just makes, those kind of shots that she faced against us, against the Swinton Top Cats, against, GB senior forwards. She makes being between the pipes look, effortless at times.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are blessed, aren't we, with so much goaltending talent in this league, and that's a nice drop pass towards Goldring from Poppy Skelton, who worked so hard on this Beacon side, made her senior debut just a few weeks ago. That one is going to be gloved by Sophie Ankers. She'll hold on, and we're going to face off inside the Whitley zone. But, well taken, because that was a fast entry into the zone, wasn't it, by Chelmsford?
Fast entry, and also a quick low shot as well, that maybe took, the Whitley goalie by surprise there. A bit of nervous legs, but she done well to glove that from such a height.
She did indeed. That was just fanned on, so Chelmsford have to readjust, but it's still inside the zone, so they can build something with Cara Jones on this near side. Isabel Johnson will go with her. A puck goes into the corner now, still with Jones. Johnson again, still staying with her, and in the end, Jones can only flick it around the boards, and that's going to be picked off by captain Heidi Dunn, who made her senior debut at the start of the season for Whitley Bay in the Elite League. Spent a lot of time.
Really clever play there from behind the net.
Yeah.
Just to create that time and space.
She has. Here comes Emily Duffy, who finishes top scorer in Division 2 with the Beacons this season.
That was a really important save for Chelmsford there. Duffy's shot is very quick, so.
Such a strong release, hasn't she, as that one comes in. Also plays for Solway Sharks in Division 1 North. So somebody you've played against this season with Caledonia, of course.
Yeah, very physical player as well.
Yeah, she is, yeah. She's the ideal person you want on your team, but you would hate playing against her.
Yeah, exactly.
That one is dumped in.
I'd like to see Whitley, capitalise a bit more in the rebound plays, Adam. I think, this goalie is a strong goalie. She's going to save that initial shot. Maybe we need a bit more net presence, a bit more, stepping up that second forward, getting the rebounds, just be a bit quicker.
Yeah,
maybe
definitely.
The first shot actually needs to generate a rebound as opposed to shoot the score.
Yeah, no, very good point made there. And as you say, they haven't really done that. They come up against a strong goalie yesterday in Emily Benson.
Yeah, she is a fantastic goalie.
Yeah, she is. So, again, a similar really situation to come up against another strong goalie. Another big shot. And again, there's a rebound, but we did have somebody in there, Whitley, with Claire Wilson, but it just didn't quite fall to it. Come behind us slightly, didn't it? As Duffy will work hard up on this near side. She's a Kilmarnock junior as well.
I'm liking these white stripes on the helmet. Is that just a 16s thing?
I believe
for a few of
so,
them?
yeah. I believe so.
It's quite a unique thing.
It is, yeah.
Quite smart looking.
It's unique, isn't it? Which is nice to see. I mean, I always do like a bit of colour difference on a helmet because it makes certain players stand out. Jess Malloy, who we mentioned earlier, wears a bright yellow helmet, so she's ideal to spot for a commentator. As the puck battle continues along the boards, Poppy Skelton having her legs taken away from her, but I think it was just as Chelmsford were trying to work that puck free. I don't think it was deliberate by any means, as Holly Smith will control. And then Olivia Bath couldn't quite control that one, and then dumped back in by Zinnia Quilter as she'll go back to the bench. And Holly Smith has time to gather behind the net. Holly, who's a little bit younger than Heidi Dunn and Evie Tyndale, so she's got some time to wait before she can make a senior debut for the Beacons. Olivia Bath carries forward. Oh, lovely pass to Evie Tyndale, who gets pinned behind. Can she shoot? She will! And Tyndale is giving the Beacons a lead.
Fantastic goal there from Evie Tyndale, and a brilliant feed from Olivia Bath, just to feed that out wide and drive the net hard, find the top corner. Yeah,
you really felt that was this could be the moment when Olivia Bath, it was a 2-on-1 rush, I think, and when she slipped the perfect pass over to her good friend Evie Tyndale, well, you can see how much
it means to them, Adam.
You can, yeah. There's a replay coming up. Olivia doing a good job. She's so good at carrying that puck up the ice, and then perfect pass. Look at that as Evie takes it in a stride, and that allows her to get in behind the defender. And wow, top shelf where Mama keeps her best peanut butter.
It looks like it kind of just hit off the glove there of the goalie, so she might have just got a piece of that, but unfortunately wasn't enough to stop the goal from being happening.
Yeah, but a strong start from Whitley then. And, well, we saw Chelmsford go a goal behind yesterday. That was after about 1 minute and 10 seconds, and they responded with 3 short-handed goals on the same penalty. So we know that they will come back strong. So Evie Tyndale with the confirmation of the goal, and Olivia Bath will get the primary assist. Well, they're saying it was unassisted, but Olivia Bath definitely got the assist. And then that one dumped into a corner by Heidi Dunn. She'll control.
I think that was also a amazing display of, you know, both of those players' skating abilities. I think a lot of the plays generate from clever passes, clever skating in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
And that exactly what was needed there to get that perfect chance.
Indeed it was, yeah. Izzy Zizhenska will carry forward. That one just slips between Skelton and Price, but Howe even. And now Whitley will come out with it. Holly Smith to find Skelton. She goes rink was a nice pass to Rebecca Goldring, who gathers and turns. She had a back to goal, but that's nice control there from the youngster. I say youngster, they're all young of course, but she is one of the younger ones on the Beacons team.
Yeah, she's about 13 or something.
She is, yeah, but she's got a phenomenal release on her shot.
Yeah, she is a really class player. I played with her last summer and really enjoyed playing with her. I thought she was fantastic.
Yeah, it's scary to think how good she is now at 13. What's she going to be like in 5 years' time? So
I know.
The rate of development you would think would be...
Hopefully not jaded, Alan, like
no,
some of us.
Hopefully not. You're still young, Ash. There's plenty of hockey left in you.
I was born in 99. That just feels like really old now. You hear people, these girls are probably born in like 2010. Like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's even younger than my daughter, and she's young enough. So I know what you're saying. It does make you think, doesn't it? But
I remember 2010. Like I remember writing the date in the diary. I remember writing 2007 in the diary. Like, you know, it's scary to think these girls are born after then.
Well, I remember 1999 and prior to that. So how old do you think I feel? That's a great play by Christina Powell, as she will usher that one towards the boards with Evie Tyndale putting her under pressure. But that's going to be a great battle between those two. A top forward against a top defender. That one sent into the corner, and that'll be gathered by the Rattlesnakes and sent across. Well worked by Claire Wilson. It will come out as Chelmsford will look to build. Olivia Bath will control. On the Rattlesnakes bench, one of her coaches is Connie Feidler. Well, she scored in the final last year, but was part of that top line which aged out. But with Chelmsford's side, so much quality and depth that they're able to still be one of the main contenders for a title this year, as that's going to be called for offside.
That was a bit of an individual effort there from Olivia Bath, but a good one nevertheless.
Yeah. Well, Olivia played here last year in the playoffs for her hometown club, the Sheffield Shadows, and they said she did switch to Whitley mid-season. I think one of the primary reasons was she's such good friends with Evie Tyndale. She wanted that opportunity to play alongside her friend, and that will be a partnership we hope to see for GB in the coming years. And I mean, that's important, isn't it? If you know you got two really good generational talents like that, and going forward, if they can generate that chemistry at club level, it's going to stand them in good stead, aren't they?
Exactly. It's a bit of a sacrifice maybe for Olivia to commit to a team that's a bit further away, but I think, you know, as you say, building that partnership with somebody who can skate with you, who can lay those passes, who can get you points on the table, like, you know, like Abby and Steph, like they are like brilliant, you know, forwards for rocking up their points together, and that's like exactly what I can see with these two. Like, they can just generate those chances. Like, they're almost like synergistic in the way they develop each other. Well, we saw there that they combined for that opening goal for Whitley, didn't they? And Steph Towns and Abby Coulshaw are fantastic goal-scoring double act, one of the best in women's hockey. And Steph, who is on the bench, she's in the middle of the three coaches for the Beacons, helped by Vicky Smith and Jane Skelton, as Evie Tyndale gets in behind. It's a 2-on-1 over to Emily Duffy, but it was just out of her reach. But you could see what Evie was trying to do there. But I think you've got to give credit to the Chelmsford defence, who got across and really helped to block that passing lane. I think it was Christina Powell who made the play, as Freya Price will enter a lovely little drag back, gets in behind and shoots off the backhand, and the Rattlesnakes have tied this one up. That's a fantastic finish there from the Rattlesnakes, a really good response to that goal against for Whitley there. Brilliant effort there, carrying up the wing and finding right into the slot, dangling through the defenders. That's some talent there. And what a time to do it. 17 seconds left in the period.
And I will see the replay here. It was the play which took the last defender out of the game. That's what did it. And once you're one-on-one with a goalie, it's always going to favour a shooter. Here we go, Freya Price entering on the left wing side. Lovely drag back. Oh, she does get a piece of it, actually, Holly. She did almost get the poke check off, but the puck falling nicely for Freya to shoot and score. And we have a tie game, and we didn't expect anything less than this being a close one, as Olivia will shoot early on then, and that will do it for the opening period. But that's a great 15 minutes of hockey, isn't it, Ash?
Oh, brilliant. I've been waiting for this kind of game all weekend, Adam. I feel like this is we've finally got it. There's finally excitement in the room. You know, the games yesterday were exciting, don't get me wrong, but I think the 16s really bring a whole new edge. You've got, you know, new talent coming through. You're getting excited for what these players can become when they're older. Like, it's a huge, it's a huge game.
Yeah, so much energy in this building as well. We're going to take a short break, then we'll be back with you in around about 5 minutes' time, so please don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Sheffield then, where we have a tie game between the two champions of the under-16s. From the south, the Chelmsford Rattlesnakes, and from the north, the Whitley Bay Beacons. I'm Adam Mackman. Joining me for this one is Aisling Rafter. And Aisling, we've had a really good and close competitive 15 minutes of hockey there, haven't we?
Yep, and we're back again for some more second period action.
We are indeed. We have the players out on the ice. There's no officials. I don't actually know where they are right now. Interesting. I can't even see them in the timekeeping bench. Answers on a postcard, folks. But
although it's okay, Adam, because we do in fact have the dinosaurs in the penalty box. In fact, the T-Rex isn't there, but we do have his raptor for Velociraptor companion. Yeah,
he's got like a hat which you can attach a drink there. So I don't know if there's beer in there, but that's quite a good setup. But yeah,
stay hydrated. You know, you can't get there's no water access in those boxes. You need to stay hydrated somehow.
This is true. Well, the T-Rex outfit is worn by James Waddington, who was the Chelmsford manager last season. His daughter Kira was the goalie last year before she aged out. She now plays for Guildford in the Elite and the Cobras in Division 1. Well, she made a one-off appearance for the Whitley Bay Beacons under 16s a couple of years ago. And she's in that goalie pool. I did joke with him. I says, well, it's your two teams really, isn't it? Because Whitley's kind of your second team. And he laughed. He said, yeah, it's an ideal final. But I think when you talk to both teams and both sets of players and parents and fans, they're excited about this game because I think both teams have been wanting to face each other these last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, I am being honest with you. Like, I'm so oblivious to the U16s leagues and the effort that goes into doing it until the Iron Maidens joined.
Yeah.
And wow, what a world that I didn't realise was like going on. Like, so much hard work and talent that exists in it. And yeah, I'm really privileged to be here today to witness this fantastic game. Yeah,
that one is cleared by Evie Tyndale. I mean, I've been doing the women's playoffs for the last 4 years now, and every year the 16s games, and particularly the final, has been arguably the best game of the weekend, and it just generates so much good hockey. I remember Chelmsford playing a semi-final with Kingston 2 years ago here, and that was one of the all-time classics as well. That shot just from distance just flashes wide. And then in the on the Beacon side of the supporters, there is the Caledonia Bear, and that's worn by Isabel Johnson's father, Michael. So good to see the mascots getting involved this year. There's been quite a few.
Yeah, there's quite a strong mascot presence. I have to say the Huskies were quite good as well.
Yeah, they were, and the Swindon Top Cats. So we had a couple of dogs and a couple of cats going at it yesterday. Shot from the shot has gone in from Rebecca Goldring. She let fly from the high slot, and that clipped at the top of the bar and went in. And what a spectacular finish that is for the Beacon's second top scorer.
Yeah, fantastic to see Goldring getting a goal there.
We'll get the replay coming up now. From the face-off dot, it was Olivia Bath. And then a shot, pass to the high slot. Here we go. She lets fly, and it does ping in off the post. And that's a shot that no goalie's going to save. And you got to feel for the lift there because there's nothing she could have done to stop that.
It's lovely to see, you know. I don't think she even expected it to go in. She kind of lifted her hands up to say, "Oh, it's gone in."
yeah, I'm not stopping that. But yeah, again, this one's living up to being another one of the all-time classics. As Olivia Bath will work it out the corner. Apologies if my voice does keep breaking up. This is game 12 of 13. We do have another one to go. As Poppy Skelton will dump that one in. It will be gathered by Zinnia Quilter, one of the top defenders for the Rattlesnakes. She's going to look to drive her team forward, and she's still on the puck now, and she's looking to cut through the whole team, but a last-ditch poke check from Mia Bradshaw, still with Quilter to work it back. It will come to Smith, who winds one up. That goes through traffic and just wide over onto that far side now, and it will be controlled by Freya Price.
You will start to see now in a 2-1 game, when you want to get your team back up, some individual efforts coming on, especially from the defenders of the team. They're probably the strongest skaters on the ice for most teams. So whenever your team goes down, as a previous defender, I know myself as well, you want to get your game back for your team. You want to show them actually we'll get this game back. So it was interesting there to see some of the Chelmsford defence there moving up the ice and trying to generate some chances for their team.
Indeed, yeah, as Shushinska takes a draw for Chelmsford, and it's a shot from Jones on the backhand again, and she generates so much power on that backhand shot, doesn't she?
Just not clinical enough there with that rebound, but that's not the only chance they're going to get it. Finishing a rebound play.
No, this one, we do expect this to be a real close one, and it is so far, as Summer Basing will centre a pass towards Cara Jones, as we said before at the top of the show. A lot of it elite league experience with the Guildford Lightning this season, so she's actually played against the likes of Evie Tyndale and Heidi Dunn already this season in the elite. So this is another great thing about these finals, because they're all youngsters, but then so many of them have all this experience of playing in the top division already.
Yeah, and that's completely invaluable, and you've got players there on your team who are playing elite league that you can look up to as well, and there's maybe hard decision making that needs to go on, and actually they've got the experience from playing the elite league, that decision making of who's going out in power play, who's going to go out in penalty kill, what kind of setup and play we're going to do around face-offs in their zone, all that kind of chat that you've got in elite league. That's the chat you're going to use again for these final games. Yeah,
shot coming in there, which Sophie Ankus saved. The rebound didn't fall to a Rattlesnakes player, and the Beacons were able to, partially clear it. Still with Zizhinska. That's a lovely drag back and gets a shot off, and that one just flashes wide, and then Sophie, quick save and an even quicker release, and that will see it carried out by Heidi Dunn, controlled by Ava Adamson. Olivia Bath will advance. Christina Powell does a good job of separating her from the puck. Well, that's great defending there by the England international. Evie Tyndale has to wait for her teammates to get back on side. Now she'll hold on. I mean, this is an art form, isn't it, with somebody like Evie, who can hold on to a puck like that and cycle back round and just wait for the ice to open back up and for her teammates to get back on side. She doesn't panic, does she? Yeah,
no, and staying cool on the puck is key.
Gets a shot off. It's a low glove save, though, by Lilith Wright. She'll hold on, and that was a bit of a sighter there from Evie, but it will draw the save, and there'll be a face-off in the Chelmsford zone.
I'm loving the goalie's outfit, the kind of kit she's got, the custom pads and things.
Yeah,
they're brilliant.
It just complements the shirt perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah, really smart looking.
It certainly is. I mean, in a way, not quite camouflage, but as a shooter, you'd probably wouldn't necessarily realise that's the blocker, so you might think that's the shirt, wouldn't you?
I think when you're looking down at the puck and you've not looked up at the goalie, I don't think you would be able to know where the net really was, because if you're kind of blending all together.
Yeah, true. Holly Smith will control. She's shielding the puck from Beeson, who was closing in on her, the number 41, and she tries to get the poke check off, but it will be carried out by Evie Tyndale, and then releases Poppy Skelton on the far side. 3 Chelmsford players over there to try and force a turnover. That'll be dumped back in, and Holly Smith's got time to gather this one in that corner. 5 minutes played in this second period then. Smith will control, comes back out, and then Olivia Bath will push out here down the right wing side. She's got past 2 defenders, but that's good coverage by Sophie Smith.
We're going to get a call on that,
we are,
for hooking against Chelmsford. didn't see the hook, Adam. I think we'll probably, if we can get a replay on it, would be good. But
yeah, we'll get a replay coming up now.
Thanks, Matthew.
It's on Freya Price. There we go. Banks it off the boards, and that allows her to get inside. And
just there. Was it just there, Adam?
That's a bit harsh, I think. Really.
Oh no, here it is.
Oh
there
yeah,
it is.
okay. That's a bit more obvious, but I still don't think it was worthy of a call, particularly in a final. But the officials obviously felt that Olivia was impeded enough. Shot comes in, and that just flashes wide of the goal. It will come back to Tyndale, and this is a Beacon's first power play opportunity of the game. And Dunn exchanges passes with her cousin, and Bath with a little flick off the heel to try and redirect it into the net. We saw a goal scored like that yesterday.
You can hear the scream from the audience as the redirect just goes wide.
Yeah, the oohs and the ahs coming from the stands, and so it really adds to this atmosphere. And it is so much energy in the crowd, isn't there, from both sets of fans?
Absolutely, it's electrifying.
This one's dumped in. Controlled by Chelmsford, though. That kills off a few seconds. Dunn will then switch the play, rink wide. That will come off the boards, and Christina Powell will just blast that one down for a perfect textbook clearance on the penalty kill. That will allow her forward pair to go to a bench and change. As Chelmsford will deal with that on the blue line, and cleared by, I think it was Adamson, who's on the puck once again. Oh no, it was Quilter actually who cleared it. And Tilly Howe will carry in. Isabel Johnson stays with her, and Tyndale will have to drop back. So this is good penalty killing by the Rattlesnakes, because they're preventing the Beacons from really getting set in the offensive zone right now.
Absolutely, they're doing great to try and keep everybody wide and take away those playmakers that are so dangerous for Whitley away from the game.
Yeah. They are indeed, as Evie will look to carry this one forward. Chelmsford have plenty of people back here, though, and still with Tyndale. Shot from Duffy, deflects up off a Chelmsford defender. Might have been Beeson, actually, who was back there. I think he just come off the back of her shirt. That one's cleared, but well taken on the backhand by Dunn, who's got time. 3 seconds left on this power play for Whitley then, and
Chelmsford. She'll be freed by the dinosaurs.
Yes. And that was well killed off in the end by Chelmsford, as that one's cleared out the zone by Dunn. Control on the blue line, and Chelmsford looking to try and get some offensive zone time with Tilly Howe. Dunn. That pass comes out of the zone, and that will be chased down by Poppy Skelton, who one of the hardest working players on this team. I mean, her work rate's phenomenal, actually, when you watch what she does. She's one of those players who just can do all the dirty work in the corners, dig the puck out and make space for their line mates.
No, it was a very close opportunity there for Chelmsford, which just about can't capitalise on the repoint there, but we'll try again.
Yeah, I think Holly Smith doing a good job there. Just that one ripples the outside of her net coming in off that blocker side. But Holly Smith doing a good job in front of the crease there, just preventing the shots really coming off.
We've got a shot from the point just wide again.
Yeah, she's clearing. You can see she's clearing the players away, and then covered up by anchors as the shot comes in on this glove side. But yeah, I mean, she had two Chelmsford players to deal with there, but that's good play by Holly Smith, and you can see why she's so highly rated within the women's game when she's dealing against these top forwards from Chelmsford, as the Izzy Zizhinska line's back out there.
This face-off is very important, Adam, for the Chelmsford Rattlesnakes. The kind of how they respond in the next few minutes here to try and even the game up here is very important.
Zizhinska did get a shot off straight from the draw, but it just flashed wide of the glove side post. Cleared by Olivia Bath. It will be controlled by Smith, who sends it across. It's picked off, though, by Rebecca Goldring, who races in on goal and fires. It's a great save, though, by Lilith Wright, who keeps it at a one-goal game. That's a huge save.
Lilith Wright doing great there, just to mentally keep in the game there. You know, she let one in against Goldring, and just thought that's one too many. Not
yes,
again.
Indeed, yeah. Well, that's right, yeah. But Olivia Bath with a shot from distance again, turned aside by Lilith Wright. Goldring shoots. Oh, that sort of change of pace right at the last second, and it bounced. She just had to quickly cover that one up. I think she was expecting it to be a routine save, but those ones that do that, the ones that often catch goalies out, we'll see the replay here.
You see that interception there in the neutral zone, and Goldring just getting that shot off.
Yeah, great control as she raced down the slot there. Tyndale with a draw, gets it back to Duffy, who shoots. It's wide. Freya Appleton will work it back to Smith. That one will be chased down in the corner. Nice play by Duffy to find Tyndale back in the corner once more. Smith up along these boards. Beacon's trying to get set here, but then the puck comes loose from that pass, and it's Tilly Howe who will deal with it. Vicky Smith, I say that every game. Holly Smith even. Vicky's her mother, who's the coach and plays for the senior Beacons, but then that's to be offside with, I think, Emily Duffy still trying to get back over the line and onside. So that's a bit of a breather then for Chelmsford, as we see there. That is
we can see Vicky Smith
talking to Townsy,
talking tactics.
Yeah, and I think it's a good setup because Vicky as a defender covers that side of it, and Jane Skelton as a former forward as well, she can cover that side. So it's a coaching team that works well, isn't it? Yeah,
it's good to have that insight, you know, from
kick
both
save
defence and forwards.
Indeed, shot from Emily Duffy. It's a beautiful toe save there from Lilith Wright, gets it away, and Jajinska will chase this one down. Mia Bradshaw has to go with her, but well controlled because Izzy was up there on her own, and in the end outnumbered. Evie Tyndale will steal the puck back, but Cara Jones working hard to get that nice poke check on the far side. Freya Appleton will pick that one off though, and then chase this one down the left wing side. Chelmsford will clear, but not quite out the zone. Cara Jones forced back and under pressure from Appleton, but still with Jones. She'll hold on and strong on the puck. Nice rink-wide pass to find Summer Basing, who will stride forward. Heidi Dunn now on this near side. Nicely done to find Goldring, and then cleared by Olivia Bath, controlled by Powell. And then comes into the Beacon zone.
Chelmsford's just struggling to find that space there in that play, but you know, a couple more regrips, maybe a mental reset from them, maybe in the second period break might be what they need.
Well, perhaps, there will be an ice cut at the end of this period, as you say. That's a good chance to regroup, isn't it? And the coaches can speak to the players and maybe change things up. But I mean, a one-goal game, I don't really see that they need massive amount of changes, because you can change in a flash, couldn't it, in an instant?
Absolutely. I think it's just, you know, having that chance to have a breather and say, right, girls, we've got this, and you know, we're still in this game, and you know, they're just, as I say, a couple more rebound chances, and you know, that can get you what they need.
Yeah, with Goldring cutting in off the left wing boards. The Skelton didn't get a clean connection on it, did she? But she did direct it towards goal and force a save from Lilith Wright. That allows her team to get set up with an offensive zone face-off. But
sometimes those bobbly pucks out of them are harder to save than the quick ones.
Well, we've had this song a few times this weekend. It's getting repetitive and annoying now.
It's actually the speed you need to do CPR, by the way. Hopefully that's some life-saving advice for some
people. Oh, is it really? That comes from the doctor as well, Dr. Rafter. There's that one. A nice breakout here, and that's only just stabbed wide by Jajinska. But a lovely breakout and entry into his zone. Adamson was trying to keep it inside, but Duffy's energy and momentum seeing the puck clear. Tyndale works it back to Dunn. And then Claire Wilson. This will be her final under-16s game. She ages out over the summer, and it's the same for Isabel Johnson, the number 68, just on the right of your screen, as Jones will cut through neutral ice.
Really good battle there on the boards, so then break out to good neutral zone play and a chance on net.
Yeah, it was, and that's a good defensive play by Johnson, who we just mentioned there. Puck crosses her line, so they'll have to retreat with Quilter holding on, and she'll dump it in. That'll allow her teammates to enter the zone. Only a couple of minutes left in this period. Very fast pace, isn't it? And you kind of expect it though, don't you? Because you've got two quality teams, and it is a high tempo, as that's going to be an icing call on the Beacons.
Neither team have been kind of setting up and feeding their forwards quite well in the last 5 or so minutes. I think maybe just the pressure of the game might be getting to some of them, and also they might all be a bit tired as well. But you know, it's just maybe the defence is just kind of warming up from both teams and making it harder and more scrappy to get those perfect plays at them.
Yeah, indeed. Well, it went a little bit quiet there. Both sets of fans trying to catch their breath, I think, as the Beacons will clear the zone. Good work on that far side by Freya Price. Instantly the arm goes up. That will be a penalty as Emily Duffy puts her hand on the numbers, and that will give the Rattlesnakes a power play to end the period with.
Well, that's just offside, Adam.
No, it's definitely a call here coming up as well.
All right.
You're right, the linesperson did make the icing signal, but
We're going to
it
have
had been a while though. The play
play.
had gone on for so long, it was a delay penalty. So,
I see.
and it was the icing which then stopped the play. But so Emily Duffy goes into a box, and she'll reacquaint herself with her father, who's the Beacons representative in the penalty box. He did joke about. He said she went in there a couple of times yesterday, as that one just shot wide. So each team has to have a team representative in the box, somebody that the players are familiar with. That is one of the rules of the weekend. And while we have one for Chelmsford in their box, as that one is cleared by Poppy Skelton. Good clearance, forces the Rattlesnakes to retreat and rebuild. Jujinska just kicks the puck over to Powell, who whiffs on it initially, but then has the chance to find Cara Jones on the far side. A reminder, there'll be an ice cut at the end of this period, and you can see that some of her slick passing is starting to slow down a little bit, so maybe a bit of snow accumulating on the surface.
I would say, just going back to the penalty box comment, I would like to see, it's always nice to see your dad or your family, but if you've got the chance to see a dinosaur in the box, I would take that chance, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. As that one shot in, I think the plan yesterday was they were going to enter the arena to the theme tune of Jurassic Park, as Jujinska couldn't quite connect on that one. That's going to be battled behind the back of the net, but there was about 6 or 7 of them walked in yesterday, all in various sized dinosaur outfits, raptors and T-Rexes and all sorts. As Ava Adamson will control on the point, sends it over onto her far side. Shot comes in, it deflects away by Olivia Bath, and she blasts that one away with 18 seconds left in the period and about 30 seconds left on the power play. So if Chelmsford don't get the job done now, they will have a few seconds to work with on the fresh ice at the start of the third period, as Cara Jones does well to force a turnover from Goldring. But that will do it for the period then, as Adamson carries into the zone. Another really good 15 minutes of hockey, wasn't it?
Fantastic 15 minutes of hockey, Adam, and we're going to start the next period with 5-on-4 for Chelmsford, but I think that's only going to last about 15 seconds by the looks of the clock. So, I mean, that could give them an early opportunity, as we saw with Whitley at the start of the second period. And well, they had 5-on-5, but I think Chelmsford are going to need that kind of early opportunity. They want to try and stay in this game, I think. Yeah,
I'd have to agree, but a quick face-off draw win and an entry into the zone could set them up. We shall see. We will take a 15-minute break while they resurface the ice here. We'll be back with you shortly, so please don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Sheffield then for this third period between the Whitley Bay Beacons and the Chelmsford Rattlesnakes. The Beacons currently with a 2-1 lead, but there's nothing separating the two sides right now, is there, Aisling?
No, very, very far and few between. The back end-to-end hockey the last two periods has been so constant with chances. Both goalies standing on their heads to try and keep the game as close as possible for their teams.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we are almost ready for puck dropping. In fact, here we are. We are underway. The officials not wasting a single second. Cara Jones in control. She'll protect the puck and work it back. You were saying before we had the break that a great opportunity for the teams to regroup, and particularly, obviously, Chelmsford, who are chasing the game now, and a chance to run through a few things in the room with their coaches. Yeah,
exactly. Just that, period break just to reset. 15 minutes, that's all it takes, and it can completely change the team's momentum.
Indeed, yeah. As puck battle in front of the penalty box then. The Beacons, who did have a few seconds to kill off, they're about 15 or so. The Jujinska will carry in, but they are back to full strength now. But Chelmsford trying to use that as a little bit of momentum. Forced back by Ava Adamson. Banked off the boards. Olivia Bath couldn't quite control that, so Chelmsford will have a nice breakout here. Jujinska, it's a lovely feed through to her from Freya Price. Jujinska in the corner took 2 Beacons players with her. Tried the cut back, and in the end it was Olivia Baff who got back there to steal the puck back for the Beacons, as Chelmsford will control in the neutral zone. They'll look to cycle it back round. Price will enter and shoot early. That will loop up from the stop. Big rebound. It's put over the backhand.
That's a brilliant goal there for Chelmsford.
Yeah, it was Freya Price who made that opportunity. It was a powerful shot which looped up, and it just sat there. Nobody reacted to clear it. And Freya Price didn't panic, didn't really move. She just waited for a puck to come to her, and she calmly flicked it home on the backhand. She was the calmest person in the whole building, I think. We'll see the replay now. What a finish. And there we go. The puck stopped, and it was, I think, fanned on initially by the first player, and Price was there to put home. I think it might have been Cara Jones who whiffed on it originally. She had her back to goal, but it fell perfectly to Freya Price. And we have a tie game once again, and maybe that was exactly something they worked on in the room, and says, look, if you can get Sophie Ankers to give up a rebound and get somebody in that low slot area, we can capitalise, and they have done.
And not only one player, Adam, there was 2 players waiting right there for that rebound to pop out, and yeah, as we were saying before, if you just capitalise on those chances, you'll generate the results on the squoreboard. Yeah,
you will, as Beacons will control to Bath, who will try to the drag back, but it's good defending there from Zinnia Quilter, who had her tied up, really just couldn't get the shot off, as Tilly Howell will drag that one back and enter his zone with speed. Mia Bradshaw doing a good job, and then Heidi Dunn coming across to complete the separation of player and puck.
Yeah, the Beacons were leading that period going into it, but when you start a period after a long break and your team doesn't have the momentum there, it can really catch you on the back foot. So Whitley need to maybe generate a couple of good chances here to bring their team back, where they were into that leading position. Yes, of course, as that one comes through Duffy. That's well blocked though by Quilter. As the puck is loose still.
It is.
Chelmsford will clear that.
Great save by Lilith Wright. I know it was just out of her grasp after she made the initial save, but she had good numbers back supporting her to clear, and the defenders will get it away. And here we go at the other end with Cara Jones. This is a great surge forward, still in possession. Went short side, rebound again. Whistle's gone though, but
player in the crease there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just while we have the stoppage. Oh, hang on, we've got a replay here. Yeah, I think it was Freya Appleton tried to get it away, but then Zinnia Quilter with a good couple of efforts there. Rebound.
Just couldn't quite find the end of a Beacon stick there. It was kind of passing about between lots of Chelmsford players instead of a Beacons player, and that's why that puck didn't find the net. And then, that's what happened there.
Indeed, yeah. Well, Chelmsford will win the draw. Ava Adamson forward to Cara Jones, stab wide. Work back. Jones on the far side, almost tipped home though. And Chelmsford, this is, you feel they've turned it up a notch, don't you, at the start of this period?
Absolutely, this is the momentum they've been kind of waiting for, and Whitley need to kind of nip this in the bud here if they want to, continue their lead. Yeah, they are good value for our equaliser right now, Chelmsford, as they have started this third period very much as a stronger side. And perhaps that ice cut coming at the perfect time for them, but not so much for Whitley. As Shujinska will clear, and it's a lovely pass, tape to Jones, who shoots early. That flashes wide. Ankers will just leave that one for Dunn. Out wide to the left wing side. Nice hands there by Evie Tyndale to advance up the ice. Her team are in the middle of a change here, so has to go it alone. Vital poke check from Powell just to break the play up, but Tyndale collects the puck off the boards and gets a return pass from Holly Smith. Still with Tyndale, and we'll find Smith a second time. Sent towards goal. That's picked off by Tilly Howe as Emily Duffy closes in. Howe even doing a great job. Tyndale looking for that point shot there for maybe a tip or a screen or a rebound, but just not quite finding that.
Yeah, it's a fiercely driven effort by Emily Duffy, and it popped off the right shoulder there of Lilith Wright, but she was able to react quickly and cover that one up. But they're another awkward one, aren't they? Because that could have looped up anywhere. Yeah,
I certainly think rebound control is maybe what's going to make a team win this game today, Adam. There are a lot of loose, bobbly pucks in the crease. Yeah, absolutely. Mia Bradshaw will control from the draw, gets a shot off, and big rebound is in, and it's counted. I thought the whistle had gone, but the Beacons restore their lead. And Lilith Wright looks distraught there. She thought she had it, I think.
Or is she hurt? I hope she's not hurt, but she is still down.
I think it's just devastation, Adam.
Yeah,
she did catch that first initial save, but just wasn't quite down in time for that next shot.
We'll see the replay now. I didn't actually get a good look at it the first time, but from the draw, Olivia Bath works it back to Mia Bradshaw. Mia does a good job here of shooting it in from distance. It's a rebound. I think she thought she had it. It come loose, and
it just went right.
Olivia Bath put home
right underneath her, which is frustrating. You can see that, but yeah, unfortunately, a goal's a goal, Adam.
It is, and I mean, well, you said it was vital for Whitley to find a response as that one comes back. Nobody there for a rebound, and Whitley can carry out with Claire Wilson. You said it was vital that they had to respond because the momentum was very much with Chelmsford. I mean, that is a momentum killer of sorts, but
absolutely,
Chelmsford back on the front foot here, trying to tie it up for a third time. That's turned aside by anchors. And
it'll be a game of mental resilience now. Who can get this game back?
Yeah, well, as I said earlier on in the broadcast, these under 16 finals never fail to impress, and here we go again with Olivia Bath dragged back. Olivia was on the losing side for the Shadows last year against the Rattlesnakes in the semi-final. As that one is hit high, anchors will deal with it and push it away, but a lovely shot coming in off that left wing side from Freya Price.
Yeah, the quality of those chances there, Adam, was top end quality there. You don't see opportunities, chances, plays like that. Actually very much this weekend, and that play there from Chelmsford to try and shoot that from that position into the top left, that was a quality chance on net.
Indeed, a shot to it's a short side. I thought it hit the outside of the net, but that actually looped in, didn't it?
Yeah, crossbar and down and out.
This is end-to-end action here, and Olivia Bath trying to carry in, but it's a lovely poke check by Christina Powell. With all due respect to the teams in the under 16 North League this year, the Beacons have not faced a team as good or as strong as this Rattlesnake side all year. Nice drag back from Bath, who gets a shot off, and Powell makes a save. Another rebound, but this time she covers it up, doesn't she? Here we go then with the replay coming up. There's Ishijinska.
We'll see that puck hit the crossbar again then, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, she's behind the red line at that point, and how she managed to steer that in from there.
Wow.
It looks almost impossible to hit the angle of the bar and post.
Damn.
Whitley riding on their luck a little bit there. Chelmsford so unlucky not to have scored, but I mean, that just shows you the talent that they have, doesn't it, to get a shot off from there.
Well, to get that kind of shot from the goal line, Adam, is next to impossible, so the fact that didn't find the net is beyond me. Indeed,
yeah, as that one is sent back down into a Beacon's end. That'll be gathered by Holly Smith, who's put under a bit of pressure there from Tilly Howe. As we are towards the latter stages of this third period, both sides shortening the benches, you can probably appreciate as Tyndale gets in behind and fires, but again, Christina Powell stuck with her, and I think she did just enough to put her off there because Evie fired high and over a bar.
That's 3 crossbars that have been rung. Someone needs to answer the phone because the crossbars keep ringing.
They certainly do, yeah. As Christina Powell sends it across. Or somebody call a plumber because the pipes have been bashed. As Skelton will fire in from the right wing side. It's blocked by Powell. That's a pun straight from the Richard Rambo Gray book, isn't it? As that is.
Oh, is that a Rambo? Oh.
It's not. I made it up, but it's in Rambo style, isn't it? As some of his puns this weekend have been particularly corny. Over on that far side, it's controlled by Rebecca Goldring. Oh, it's going to be a trip. Yeah, straight away we get the call, and she was just prone, I think, wasn't she? But that's going to be a trip all day long, and Rebecca Goldring goes into the box.
She's laughing to herself because she knows rightly what she did.
She does. She knows. Yeah. It's
Dr. Duffy's going to give her a telling off.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, it wasn't particularly.
There's that chance again there, Adam, from Evie Tyndale, just off the crossbar and off the blocker there of Chelmsford's goalie.
Yeah. Oh, timeout called then.
No, Adam, this power play for Chelmsford is absolutely critical at this period in the game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's. I'm trying to see who the coaches are. That's in the background is Connie Feidler wearing the full face cage in the suit. She's She's only 16, 17 herself, but she aged out over a summer, so can't play for 16s now, but played here last year and scored in the final. She's one of the assistant coaches. Jenny Bolton is one of the coaches as well. She's been away on maternity leave, but is back here for the finals. Great to see her, because I haven't seen her since this time last year when she successfully coached the Rattlesnakes to the championship. But the Chelmsford side using this opportunity to regroup. Again, really quiet in here, isn't it? As both sides are given the opportunity to relay those instructions.
It's good to see, Chelmsford's coach talking to them in such a calm way and smiling, and that's the kind of attitude you need to have in kind of these tight, close situations. You need to make your team feel relaxed and safe and happy to answer questions and clarify things, and especially in these critical points in the game.
Indeed, yeah.
Yes!
It's gone in and they've converted. And just like that, it is, which worked. Whatever was said in the timeouts worked. Chelmsford convert with about 8 seconds used off that power play. And we are back in a tied game for the third time.
Oh, I'm pleased for them.
Rattlesnakes fans there celebrating as they should, as it's back to a point. Big wind-up slap shot. It trickles its way through and then steered home from the rebound. But you could see them queuing up there. They had 3 players in around the edge of the crease. If one didn't put it home, you suspect somebody else would have.
And we're back to a tied game, Adam.
Yeah. Well, midway through the or just past the midway point of this third period. Jones shoots, gloved by Sophie. That's a good glove save from her.
She has a fantastic glove save, that goalie. She is very, very confident with her glove.
She is. Yeah, you're right, she is. So Cara Jones, who's the goal scorer, with Freya Price getting an assist. But yeah, that was a well-worked move there from the draw. They positioned themselves perfectly and just overpowered the Beacons in and around that crease area, completely outnumbering them down low. As Tilly Howe controls along the boards. That's going to come out with Goldring to Skelton, who puck spins but gets a couple of vital touches there to use the momentum to help the puck into the zone.
Goldring will want to, help her teammates out here by trying to even up the game now.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I should say, get a lead on the game.
Yes, yeah. It is confusing because it's been back and forth in this game.
It's been so back and forth.
Yeah. As it's controlled by Olivia Bath behind the back of the net. Goldring was open, but she couldn't quite control it enough to get it back to her. And Chelmsford with numbers back there as the Beacons are going to make a change. So with Bath, who dangled nicely through there and got the shot off, but it was a rising effort. She closes that one down with Chelmsford doing a good job of keeping her to the perimeter. Well done by Bradshaw. That's an offside. And we'll get a face-off outside the Chelmsford zone.
Bradshaw doing well with the kick to try and keep the puck in the zone, but just unfortunately crossed the blue line, so we'll get another offside face-off play here. Yeah,
that's a great draw by Evie Tyndale, but Zinnia Quilter with the time to control. Controlled by the Rattlesnakes on that far side. Izzy Zizhenska will chase that one down. Heidi Dunn will go with her. That's going to be an icing call on the Rattlesnakes then, with 5:30 remaining in regulation time.
I don't know which way this game's going to go, Adam.
I don't know.
I'm at the edge of my seat here.
You would say on the balance of play that Chelmsford have edged it. They've got the 2-1 score in the period, and this has certainly been their strongest period of the 3. But then, Beacons hit back the way they did after the last equaliser. So you just don't know, as you say, it's momentum swinging one way then the next. It is finely poised as it possibly, as finely poised as it possibly could be this late in a championship game. And Chelmsford saying they're confident that they'll be strong again next year, despite losing so many players who will age out over the summer. Whitley only losing 2 players, so they'll have the vast majority of this core group still again. They'll have another shot at it. So we could get a repeat of these 2 teams meeting in the final again next year. And based on the evidence we've seen here, who wouldn't want more of this action? As Tyndale will control in the corner. Works back out, picked off though by Goldring at the high slot, and then Jones working hard to get it away. Jajinska will plough down that right wing.
The centre there just doing a good job at getting low and helping out a defensive there, especially against a talented player like Lujinska.
Yeah, that was Evie Tyndale who did that, and then will release Poppy Skelton on this near side. Quilter picks that one off, reads it so well. The Chelmsford D are so intelligent the way they read those plays and cut the pucks out. As Olivia Bath loves to carry the puck forward at speed.
The momentum she generates with her skates is next level, Adam. The crossovers, skating ability is really amazing to watch.
Olivia's one of them rare players where she actually looks faster when she's got the puck than without it, doesn't she? She just seems to find an extra gear which she steps up and.
I don't know if it's her hair, like as it wisps away in the air as she skates, it makes her look faster.
Yeah, she does. That's true. She does. Because that one is sent wide. Holly Smith in the corner. Over onto the far side. Ava Adamson. Just chased down. Bath not allowing Beeson to settle there. Shot goes in. Oh, it's come off the end of a stick there from Lilith Wright. That for a second I thought was going to loop in, but it went behind, thankfully for her, behind the back of the net and away. And Chelmsford can clear the zone. Beacons will regather in the neutral zone with Heidi Dunn. Now Emily Duffy, who will enter, gets the puck under control, shoots using, or trying to use Christina Powell as a moving screen, but then Chelmsford will pick that one off with Cara Jones. Jones will check back with Tyndale closing in on her on the forecheck. Powell back to Jones, who controls via her foot, and then will eventually find Price, almost cut out by Duffy, but pass on that puck had a lot of momentum, and then that's whiffed on by Jajinska and seized upon by Claire Wilson. Jones now will advance, comes off the skates of Dunn, shot comes in, big rebound, and Beacons can't quite get it away. Christina Powell shoots from distance. They're really trying to work Sophie, get her moving across her crease, aren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to move her there, trying to get a rebound to pop by right into the slot. Just took a deflection off one or two skates or something and popped out the wrong way for them. But yeah, that was a very close opportunity there for Chelmsford.
Definitely, yeah. Puck battle continues over on that far side in front of the Chelmsford bench. And then Claire Wilson into the zone. Still with the Rattlesnakes, so as they clear. Now Holly Smith will collect on her blue line. She's got time. That's a nicely executed drop pass for Tyndale.
It was a lovely little no-look drop pass from Holly Smith.
She's got the confidence to do that though, Holly, as Claire Wilson carries in, but then the puck sticking on her. That allowed Christina Powell to recover and get the challenge in, and now they'll clear. Mia Bradshaw trying to do a good job of tying up Jajinska, and did so with Olivia Bath coming in to sweep up. But yeah, I mean, Mia, as I say, I've seen her play forward, but she's matured so much on the blue line in these last few weeks, and doing a very solid job alongside Holly Smith on that defensive pairing for the Beacons.
I love watching young defenders play, Adam. I love watching young skaters. It's just excellent to see such good quality hockey here in this final period.
Well, you've played D for the Beacons, but you mainly play forward, so I mean, which do you prefer playing?
I think it just depends on who's on your team, Adam.
Yeah, okay.
Just depends who's with you, who wants to set you up, and who you think you can play the best with, whether it's the forwards or defence.
Sure, that makes sense. Rebecca Goldring will gather. Cara Jones almost picking that one off. Olivia Bath will have to go it alone though, as Beacons are getting one last change in perhaps for this period.
About 40 seconds remaining here.
Yeah. Controlled by Goldring, and Jones tips it forward with 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Holly Smith doing a good job of clearing. Duffy. Jajinska. We will have all-star players to pick as well, so well, I'll come back to you on that in a second as your thoughts to that, but with 5 seconds to go, this looks like we're going to be heading into overtime. I mean, we're going to get some bonus hockey, which is great. This is what we want.
I didn't think that we would see overtime, Adam. I thought we would probably have one more goal this period, but
empty net. Well, this is a brave move, isn't it? Beacons have pulled the empty net to go for it here before OT with 3 seconds on the clock. They feel that Chelmsford won't have time to get a shot off in that time, which they won't. And they've, wow, that's not often you see that. They went with 6 guys. I mean, that's kind of a free play, isn't it, in many ways, because there's no way you've got time to win a draw and then shoot the puck down in that time.
Yeah, that was quite a clever move from the Beacons there to just get the extra player there on the ice just for a quick shot on net if he did win the face-off draw.
Yeah, well, we are going to get some bonus hockey, so we shall see. Well, I was going to ask you about All-Stars. We get a casting vote as to who gets the All-Stars for the under-16s. So pick a goalie, a defender and a forward who's impressed you. It doesn't have to be just these two sides. We can also include the semi-finals as well. So who's impressed you? Who's been the standout goalie for you, do you think?
That's a tough one. I think either the Bristol goalie or Chelmsford's goalie. Yeah,
that would make sense. Yeah, so we're going to have 5 minutes of OT, 3-on-3. We'll just clarify that for the folks back home. I'll come back to your choice now. Yeah, Sophie Benson was outstanding yesterday for Bristol. And you're right, she did. She has had a really good tournament. For defender, who's been outstanding? It's a tough one, isn't it? Because there's so much talent on offer. And apologies, because I really have put you on the spot.
You really put me on the spot, and I don't appreciate that at all.
I'm sorry, Anne.
I'm biased, so I'll pick Izzy Johnson.
Okay, nice one. And as forward?
Olivia Bath girl, something else, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. She has had a great tournament and obviously scored that hat-trick yesterday. So now we are underway. 5 minutes of sudden death overtime, 3-on-3. Christina Powell will control Izzy Zizinska. I mean, in many ways, this is the cruelest way to lose a game for either side right now, because 3-on-3 hockey, are you a fan of it?
3-on-3 is so end-to-end because there's so much space you have with that, and very quickly...
Dindell's in here. Oh, well, that deflected up. That went very high in the end, but just trying to pick out the top shelf. But I'll come back to that.
If you shoot wide and the puck pings up the wrong way, and all of a sudden you've got a 2-on-1 or a 2-on-0 at him, and that's probably why it's a 3-on-3 to try and...
Yeah, that's exactly what they tried to create.
And trying to create better opportunities to score. And
we saw there Tyndale breaking in. That's exactly what they're trying to gain by it, as Olivia Bath will take the draw. Gathered by Zinnia Quilter, and she will clear. Mia Bradshaw now forward to Holly Smith, who's in an advanced position. Olivia Bath doing well to get back and covering off defensively. That's good sense from her to get back there and help out. And now Bath will gather. I mean, really, 3-on-3 hockey's made for her to exploit, but that's good defending by Chelmsford. Really good defending by Zinnia Quilter. And then Freya Price is away here. This is 1-on-1. Can she win it for the Rattlesnakes? Oh, she will. She digs Sophie Ankers, and the Rattlesnakes are your back-to-back champions. What a way to win it. That's the first time they've led all game. And they've done it with the winning shot. A cruel blow to the Beacons. But that experience from the Rattlesnakes told in the end. That third period performance from them. And then the replay here of the goal. You just felt once she was 1-on-1, somebody of her quality, Freya Price, dinked her and opted to go block aside. Well, we only needed 1 minute and 14 seconds of overtime to settle it. But well done to the Rattlesnakes. They were not going to surrender their league champion or their playoff championship easily. And why should they? and that is a mark of what is a really strong side. But that is the toughest game I think Chelmsford have had over the last 2 years. They've had to work for this championship. Perhaps in many ways this one will mean a lot more than the one last year, when it was a lot more comfortable, I think, against the Capitals, with all due respect to them. But this one, I mean, they were never ahead all game until the winning shot.
I'm absolutely heartbroken for the Beacons. I know how much camaraderie this team have had all season. I've seen them, playing against the Iron Maidens, and some of those girls are just are really good teammates to each other, and I can only hope that they'll come back next season stronger and back here again, face them.
Let's hope so for their sake. It is, as I say, bar 2 players. It should be that same group that return. There will be a big change for Chelmsford, but they're confident they've got enough talent coming through to still be a force next year. So
I am delighted for Chelmsford as well. It sounds like they've got a great sustainable programme there, and I'm glad that they're getting the results that they clearly deserve.
Yeah, and I mean, really, there was nothing separating the two sides all game. And sadly, there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. But this was such a great game of hockey, and I'll love to watch this one back when it goes up on YouTube. But well, before the handshakes are finished, thoughts on play of the game, Ashley? Again, a tough one because both sides played so well. You could probably name 4 or 5 on each team.
Yeah, I know. I think this will probably come down to game-changing forwards for me.
Yeah, okay.
As opposed to defenders. Although it's easy to forget how good the defence was for both teams. But yeah, I do think Goldring was one of my picks for the Beacons.
Rebecca Gold. Yeah, she did.
And for Chelmsford, I think it would maybe need to be Jones or Price.
Yeah,
or
no,
I can't say
I can't argue with
how. I can't say.
Tilly Howe.
I can't.
In your Northern Irish accent,
No,
it sounds very different
it will
to
sound
mine,
like,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Hi. Tilly High.
Her. She had a very good game as well. Maybe we'd pick Howe.
Tilly Howe.
Howe, yeah.
I think I prefer it in your accent, actually.
Hi.
And before anyone says anything, I do actually have Irish ancestry, so I can mock Ashley's accent. So
yeah, that's the only excuse you need, really.
It is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been coming to the WNIHL final weekend now for 5 years, and once again, the under-16 girls.
We are having the announcements of the player again.
But an absolute thriller of a game and a testament to these young players. So let's hear from both of the teams. They've played so well all weekend.
So we are just waiting for the announcements of the Player of the Game awards.
Well, just have a moment before we do the Player of the Game awards.
A chance for us to really catch our breath, really, because that was a really thrilling game, which we ended up having bonus hockey, didn't we, Ashley? A minute and 14 seconds of it.
Yeah, it was really fantastic game. I'm exhausted, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's gone to Holly Smith, and she was fantastic.
I think that last couple,
particularly as the game wore on, she just stepped up massively, I thought.
Yeah, she did great, controlling the puck when she needed to and giving those great feed plays.
It's going to go to number 16,
Freya Price, you mentioned Freya, didn't you, as well? And I mean, what a game she had.
So we've completed that. We have our next set of presentations, which will be All-Stars.
So now we're going to get the All-Stars. So sorry, it was a bit of radio silence there, but we get a custom vote, so we were having to relay that to people. down in the box, in the timekeeping area. So Faye Andrews has returned. Yeah, so there's a bit of a frantic action there, but we have finally, I think, got those down to her. So we shall see who gets the awards, and I'll hand over to Faye.
Thanks to both teams for playing so well. Stuff like this, I get a little bit emotional because it's obviously our U16s, and every year we've had these games. Absolute quality and talent on display. It's just got better and better every single year. So I just want to thank all the U16 clubs as well, not just our two here, but the ones that are also playing in the league through the season, and also the ones that took part on Sunday as well as the round robins, just for all of the hard work that you put in, for developing your clubs and developing young players, because this is the future of our senior teams, our senior national teams, our elite league are all here. Some of these girls are already playing senior hockey, playing national team, playing international world championships, and it really makes my heart so full when I see stuff like this, because this is the future, and it's all thanks to you guys as well. I mean, we just do the fixtures and I organise the playoffs, but it's you guys that are basically like the beating heart of the sport at the moment. So thank you very much for everything. We're going to start with our 2025 All-Star Best Netminder, and the recipient this year for Whitley Bay is Sophie Benson.
Wrong. Right, Sophie Anchors, I think we said Sophie Benson, who plays for Bristol, but
Sophie Anchors, so sorry.
so there's been a bit of a mix-up there on the announcement, but Sophie Benson actually plays for Bristol, and she had an outstanding tournament as well. So we shall see who gets the defender.
Best Defence 2025, and this goes to Christina Powell.
Christina Powell of the Chelmsford Rattlesnakes. No complaints there. I think she's played very well. You mentioned Isabel Johnson as well, Ash, and two very good options, I think. For forward.
Best forward All-Star, and that goes to Evie Mason.
Goes to Evie Tyndale, and well, again, I mean, she's been a delight. We could have gone to Olivia Bath, could have gone to about one of 3 or 4 of the Rattlesnakes forwards as well.
Both teams went absolutely amazing final game, and congratulations.
Congratulations to all 3 players.
Excellent choices.
They really are, yeah.
Well, we have done that part of the presentation now. It's time for medals and mats.
So we get the presentation then to Chelmsford as the playoff champions. So each player will receive their medal and caps.
Number 1, World Amazing.
And I'll leave Colin to announce all the names.
5, Eliza Smith. 8, Christina Powell. 10, Natalie Wilson. 13, Matilda Howe. 16, Freya Price. 18, Maisie Allen. 26, Sophie Smith. 27, Carla Jones. 32, Isabella Zusinska. 41, Casey Lee Beeson. 48, Summer Amazing. 67, Isabella Morena. 71, Ava Adamson. 74, Zinnia Coulter. 78, Aaliyah Backrock. And 92, Alice Whiting. And finally, we can ask the captain, number 27, Carla Jones.
So everyone has received their medals, and it will be now Carla Jones who steps forward as captain to receive the trophy. This will be the second time she's done this weekend, and the 4th trophy in 2 seasons then for the Chelmsford Rattlesnakes. This is becoming familiar for this team. Carver Jones, and the only way is Essex for the second year in a row. The Rattlesnakes are the playoff champions. Congratulations to them. As they fully deserving of this recognition. They've been such a strong side for 2 years, but Whitley Bay played their part, and really in the final itself there was nothing that separated them, and I'm sure Chelmsford will be the first to acknowledge that. A very good sporting club actually in terms of how they respect the opposition. It's nice, always nice to hear as they go over to the bench and celebrate in front of their fans. Congratulations once again then to the Chelmsford Rattlesnakes, and Ashlyn, this has been again one of the all-time classics, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing to watch. I'm so privileged to get to watch up here with yourself, and privileged to have the chance to
commentate. It's a pleasure to have you with me, Ashlyn. Well, we have another game, the final one of the weekend to come. That's going to be between the Kingston Diamonds and the Bristol Huskies to decide who will be playing in the Elite League next season. So stick around for that one. It is a little bit of a delayed start in terms of the schedule, but we will leave you with these pictures in the background, and we'll be back with you very shortly.